Okay, there we go. Good morning, everybody. How's that? I think I found my theme song. This ought to get us up and going. Wake up, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. This is Mitch. I'm coming to you live from the Lamppost Coffee Shop in Austin, Texas. Hope you're having a good day. We're here today, as we are every weekday, 10 a.m., to talk social media, talk YouTube, and to see what's going on in your world. If you're with us, drop in to chat, make a comment, let's engage. You know, like Captain Picard always says on Star Trek, when he's ready to get going, engage. That's why we're here. We want to engage, and I want a microphone that's not crooked. There we go. How's that? That's better. Well, it's a Thursday morning in Austin. Sun's out. Should be a really pretty day. What's everyone doing this morning? Click in, let me know. Everything looks like we're live. The signal is strong. The excellent connection. All cylinders are firing correctly, so there's nothing to do but sit here and talk and hang out, see what's going on in your world today. I've got my tea. If you're going to do a live stream and talk for any amount of time, stay away from coffee. Excuse me. Coffee will dry out your voice. And instead, get some tea. I'm using a tea called Throat Coat that you can get at Walmart. And let's see, it's made by Traditional Medicinals. And you can get it at Walmart. I do have my Lamppost coffee cup. But I'm drinking tea and honey because it helps soothe the voice. Coffee tends to dry out the vocal cords, I think. Makes them a little bit, I don't know if dry is the term for it. I don't know what you would call it. But actually honey and tea is better for you if you're going to talk for a while. So, and for some reason my voice, I don't know, is it because I'm getting old? Maybe as you get old, the old voice gets a little weaker. I used to have a wonderful voice that was good for radio. But it seems like my voice is getting a bit weaker. I don't know. Maybe it's my imagination. Maybe that's in my imagination. I don't know. Anyway, we're just hanging out, trying to get this thing going today, trying to wake up, get the fires burning, trying to give you some time to join us and drop in. Everyone knows we start at 10 a.m. now. We bumped up the starting time from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and we'll do this for a while, see how it goes, and then we'll see if we want to change it, maybe get later in the day as we go. It really doesn't matter. I'm here all day, so it just depends on the audience. It depends on you. We want to serve you. We want to be here to hang out and chat. In terms of an update, there's really not much else going on. I tend to keep tweaking my OBS and the live stream and adding new elements here and there and trying to always come up with other ways to add some variety to the display. Here's the coffee shop this morning. It was really busy up until about 10, 15 minutes ago, and then seems like things begin to calm down around 10 a.m., which is good. Between 9 and 10, it gets really busy. I guess people are on their way to work, stopping by to pick up their lattes. By 10 o'clock, they're on their way to fill out their day. I did notice yesterday I had a baby, looked like less than 6 months old, who was being cradled by her mother, and they were probably 15, 20 feet away, and that baby would scream every once in a while. I mean, scream at the top of her voice. Nobody can make a loud, screaming, obnoxious, annoying voice like a 6-month-old baby. And if you watch my live stream yesterday, you'll notice right in the middle of when I'm saying something, that baby would scream, and I would sort of look up and say, what in the world is going on? And there's nothing I can do about it. The noise filters and the noise suppression filters that I have hooked up on this thing do fine when I'm not talking, because the noise is suppressed. It's like the microphone is turned off unless I'm speaking. But then when I start speaking, all of that noise in the background can come forward in the background. And there are some ways to reduce that as well, but I think I've got the audio about as good as I'm going to get it, considering I'm coming from a public location. So, but when you have some loud screaming in the background while you're talking, or someone drops a dish or something like that, there's not a heck of a lot I can do about it. It's just a part of being a part of the public location that you're streaming in. So you just have to lean into it, accept it, and it's okay. So I think I've got my system pretty well set up. I'm becoming much more familiar with the setup and getting things together, and I'm becoming much more comfortable using OBS and all the things that OBS can do. I'm still learning. It's a process. It takes time. Nothing comes in a hurry, especially when you're on YouTube and you're trying to build a channel and you're trying to build an audience. It takes time. Months, years, certainly not very quickly, unless you just get real lucky, and it's very rare for someone to start a new channel and for it to quickly take off. So if you're starting a new channel, just keep that in mind. You have to be patient. Think in terms of months. Think in terms of a year, 2 years, in terms of building your channel, as opposed to posting a couple of videos and thinking you're going to hit it big. It just doesn't work that way. Most of the big YouTubers, the top 1%ers, have been at it for a decade, 8 years, 6 years. Look at Ryan Trahan. Ryan Trahan has 21 million followers, 21 million subscribers. That's more than Fox News. The Fox News channel on YouTube doesn't have 21 million subscribers, but Ryan Trahan does, and Ryan lives here in the Austin area. But he started his YouTube channel when he was in high school, like when he was a junior senior in high school, and then first year of college, he was making his debut on YouTube, and he's now 26. So he's been at it, 8 years? 7, 8 years? It's taken him 8 decades to build his audience. It's not something that happens overnight. Sure, you have to have the talent, you have to have the ability, you have to have the great content, and you have to have something, to make it a success, because some people are on YouTube for 8 years and they're total failures. So you do have to have something going for you. But the point is, it takes time. So be patient. And in terms of what I was thinking about in terms of my own situation, in terms of the live streaming and videos and channels and all that kind of stuff, think in terms of systems and planning ahead. Because we only have so many hours in the day. And so if you're looking at creating videos, if you're looking at going online and live streaming on YouTube, or if you're looking at any sort of strategy for any of the other social media platforms, it's going to be helpful to have a system in place. And I've been thinking about my own situation. I can't speak to yours, but I can speak to mine in terms of what kind of a system I need to put in place, and specifically for this live stream. And I'm becoming more comfortable in the way I'm handling it. Right now, I do the live stream, and the minute it's over, I set it for private in the YouTube studio. And then once it's private, it will sit there until the next day, when I will edit the live stream and cut out the parts that may be, there may be some technical issues or some things that come up that I want to edit out, especially the intro. I cut out the intro because the intro is about 2 or 3 minutes of nothing but the countdown clock if I use it, or something like that. So in terms of what I'm doing right now, that's kind of the process I'm going through. I'm doing the live stream, like this one I'm doing right now. The minute it's over, I will change it to private. Make sure it doesn't show up on the algorithm as a regular video until I can edit it. And that's because it takes 24 hours or more for the process to take place before I can edit, unless I download the live stream into Premiere Pro and edit it that way. But to edit it in the YouTube studio, I have to wait this amount of time, 24 hours or more. And so today, after I'm through here, it's Thursday. This is today's live stream. It'll sit private until tomorrow. Then on Friday, I'll do the edits. And it takes some time for the edits to be processed. So it'll be Saturday before this live stream actually becomes public. So is that making any sense at all? But once it goes public, then it becomes like any other normal long-form video. And I can change the thumbnail if I want, or leave the thumbnail as it is, but at least it'll be edited. And then when people start clicking on it, they won't have to sit through a 2 or 3 minute intro, and they can also take it, they can, I'll have the other edits in as well. So what we're looking at is for a live stream, it not showing up public until 2 days later. So for a Thursday live stream, we're looking at a Saturday post. So it's live on Thursday, Saturday goes public as a regular video. And then during the meantime, that's where I do my editing, if that makes sense. So that's the way that is being set up now. I've done enough of these live streams now to know that's probably the way I want to do it. Now some people, of course, some content creators decide to do it. They don't mess with the editing part. They just go live and let the live stream immediately go public, and they don't care. They just let it go. They figure most of the work is done in the live stream, most of the views. And then if someone clicks on the live stream later on, then those are just extra views, icing on the cake. But I want to be a little bit more intentional and want to try to do some editing, and because that live stream is going to be seen as a normal video and it will be on the channel for all eternity. So you might as well go ahead and edit what you can. And there's really no hurry. I mean, what's the hurry of immediately posting the live stream on the same day that you have the live stream? Because what's going to happen is the algorithm's going to look at that, and it's going to, the views may not be all that great because of the 2 or 3 minute intro or whatever. Some intros go 4 or 5 minutes. I was on a live stream the day before yesterday, and there was a 6 minute intro. So that 6 minutes needs to be cut out, needs to be edited, in my opinion. So that's the first thing. Now, the other thing is I want to plan these things in advance, which means I'm going to need a thumbnail, and I'm going to need a title. I'm going to need some idea of content for the live stream. I'm going to want all of this determined at some point, because unless I get some people in chat, start hanging out, or get some things in comments, or start engaging an audience, as the audience grows, then a lot of the content will be handled in chat. But until then, I've got to come up with some content, some value, so that if someone clicks on this live stream later on, after it's done, it won't be a waste of their time. So I've got to come up with this for every live stream. I've got to have the thumbnail, the title, and the content. And for the first, I'm on number 30 today. This is my 30th live stream. So I've done enough of these now to know that I need to start planning these in advance. I need to, and I was thinking last night, I want to think in terms of a block of 5, because you got 5 days in a week, and I'm doing these live streams daily, Monday through Friday. And if I think in terms of a block of 5, that means I need to have a whole week planned ahead. I need to have the title, the thumbnail, and the content for every day. And I can do this with some planning. I may have to spend the weekend, I may have to spend all of Saturday doing it, but once I get started, then it'll be a matter of a system. It'll be a matter of, this is what we're talking about when we think about systems. We want to put in a plan, or a system, that will help us not have to work so hard. Because up until now, I've been coming in and doing this before I go live the same morning. Or sometimes maybe the afternoon before I might put it together. Just sort of by the seat of my pants. But what I want to do is become much more intentional and try to do these things in advance and think in terms of 5. Since I've got 5 days, think in terms of 5. And the way that will come in handy is I can think about next week. For example, next week, 5 laws of content creation. That's going to be next week. That means I'm going to take one law each day. Monday, it's going to be law 1, etc. That'll be my content. So just by coming up with this, I've already relieved myself of the stress of knowing what the content's going to be for next week. I know what content's going to be all of next week in terms of getting us started, in terms of offering some value. So each day next week, I'm going to take a separate law. And that's what we're going to talk about. Now that means I'm going to need a thumbnail and a title each day. I'm going to need a title and a thumbnail for each of the days next week. And that will be easy to accomplish. I can do that in an hour. I can have all of this done. So that when I come in on Monday of next week, I will have my thumbnail, I'll have my title, and I'll have my content already decided. I'll have this done. I'll have that decided all next week. I'll have every day already planned out. And that's going to be the system that I'll go by. I'm going to think in terms of the number 5. Next week it'll be 5 laws of content creation. The week after next, we've got Thanksgiving week. And so in Thanksgiving week, I'll take Thanksgiving off. All I need is 4. I'll need 4, the number 4. Let's say 4, what would be a good idea? 4 reasons live streams fail, or something like that. What I want to do is think in terms of these numbers here. 4 reasons or 5. And the thing is, I could plan out an entire month of content this way. Now think about that. What would happen if I had an entire month planned out in terms of titles, thumbnails, and content? And all of that would be in place. And I could probably plan that out and get that done within a day or less. Probably on Saturday, I could have the entire month through the end of the year. Let's say I could have the entire live stream planned out with titles and thumbnails through the end of the year. That would really relieve the stress, don't you think? I mean, just what would that look like? The number 5. All I would have to come up with is some sort of a topic that gives me 5 different elements, you know. Think of all the words that you could use. 5 reasons. 5 parts. 5 weaknesses. Let's see. 5 ways. 5 topics. Or, you know, you get the idea. And let that be my guide. And then it's just a matter of coming up with a thumbnail and a title that goes along with those. So I think it would work. And then in your file system, my computer, what I'm going to do is I'll set up folders. And the way I've got it set up now is I've got a folder for each week. And then In that folder, I will have the content for that week. So I could set up a folder for each week through the end of the year and put that information, put all of that stuff in that folder. So what we're talking about here is building a system. This is what I'll be doing. We're talking about building a system to make our work easier. So I think that's what I'll be doing specifically for this live stream. And the same thing could be done with long form videos. You come up with 10 or 15 good ideas for your videos. Come up with the title and thumbnail first, and then work on the content. I'm going to try my best to come up with the title and the thumbnail first, and not just start making content off the top of my head. I'm going to be much more intentional, and I'm going to try to do what a lot of these top YouTubers do in the top 1%, and that's spend time on the title and the thumbnail, and sort of trying to do a better job of thinking ahead and giving the title and thumbnail the time it needs to succeed. All right, so how we doing on our time so far? Well, shoot, that was almost half an hour. What am I doing talking so much? That's not good. Let's look at what we're going to do today. Well, we're going to hang out. Systems talk I just went through. So I just talked about our system, what I'm going to be doing. And I would encourage you to come up with a system for yourself. Everybody's going to be different. And just to reboot, my name is Mitch. I'm coming to you live from the Lamppost Coffee Shop in Austin. And we're just sort of hanging out. We're talking about, oh, there's Trey. We're going to look at you later, Trey. What are you doing popping up? Where is my... Oh, there we go. There's the coffee shop. It's kind of quiet, which is good. We're just sort of hanging out. And I'm coming to you from the Lamppost Coffee Shop in Austin. And we're here every weekday morning at 10 a.m. If you're watching us, why don't you drop into chat, say hi, let me know you're out there, let me know you're alive. I may be just talking to myself, which is okay. I don't mind. I like talking to myself. This is the setup. You can see where I'm stuck over here against the wall. And it's always a little cool in here. I've got my hoodie on. It's always a little chilly. What is it about coffee shops and being chilly? There is a Starbucks not far from here in Austin, the Austin area, that is so cold that I can't go in there without a blanket. I mean, I try to go in there and have lunch occasionally, and I always have my hoodie. And even with my hoodie on, it's cold because they have these huge vents that blow this cold air from about 10 different directions. And no matter where you walk inside that Starbucks, you get this cold air blowing in your face. It's absolutely miserable. And the employees are behind the counter, you know, in sleeveless shirts, half naked, like they're really loving it, like they really enjoy it. And I'm over there huddled in the corner with a blanket. So figure that out. I don't understand it. But I can't go in there. Maybe that's the point. Maybe they make it so cold so you won't hang around very long. Maybe that's the point. Well, let's see what we want to do here. Do we want to look at some questions, perhaps? Why not? We're just hanging out, and I'm just trying to check out the scenery. Boy, it's a beautiful day outside. Need to get outside and enjoy some of this sunlight. Well, here's a question. How do I handle people copying my content? How do I handle people who copy my content? Well, there's a way that you can file a grievance with YouTube, and you can cause a stink. You can threaten to sue and get attorneys and get all excited about people copying your content. But unless it's outright plagiarism, unless it's somebody just taking your content and sticking their name on it, then I don't worry about it. I'll take the advice that Gary Vaynerchuk gives out. He says, why do you care? It's all about exposure. It's all about getting attention. So what if somebody's copying your content? If they're not just stealing it and sticking their name on it, then it might be a good thing that they're using your content. Let them use it. Let them comment on it. Let them take clips. Let them take little snippets and use in their own videos. Let them remix your content for their own use. I mean, it's good exposure. And you say, well, what if they don't give me credit? What if they don't mention my name? Well, if they don't mention your name, I mean, you're not Mr. Beast. You think you're gonna lose some audience or something? You think you're gonna be cheated in some way? Unless you're, one of the top YouTubers in the world, why worry about it? So what if somebody uses your content? I'd be thrilled if somebody would steal my content, as long as they don't stick their name on it. I mean, there's a difference. There's a difference in someone stealing your video and putting their name on it and claiming that they're the ones that made that video. That's outright plagiarism. That's outright illegal. On the other hand, if somebody uses a clip from one of your videos and uses it as a lesson, or uses it to educate their audience, or uses it as commentary to comment on it, uses it for some sort of education, or even if it's for entertainment, then it can only help you. I mean, it can only help promote your channel. So I don't know why anybody would get so upset about it. I think you just kind of live and let live and not get all upset about it. Because unless you're a top YouTuber, unless you've got 50 million viewers and you're worried about someone stealing your brand, then that may be a different matter. But for most of us, just see it as a way of getting some free publicity. Even if they're downloading your video and making fun of it, some sort of satire, you can still become popular that way. It'll still help you in terms of your promotional value. So we only have so much emotional, what can we say, emotional money in the bank. Think in terms of your emotional well-being as a bank account, and you've only got so much in the bank. If you spend a lot of that emotional money chasing down these people and getting all upset, then you're going to bankrupt your emotions. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. You're going to be emotionally bankrupt if you get all upset and get all mad about something that's really not going to affect you one way or the other. Now, I know it's a case-by-case basis. Maybe there is someone out there who will take your content and use it in some way that is illegal or totally wacky. I can understand that. But if you see somebody using your content, for commentary purposes or to educate their audience, then that's your permission. I mean, come on, get over it. Get over it. Just keep making content. Just keep posting. How do I keep viewers coming back for the next video? Well, one thing you can do, of course, is use those end screens that come up at the end of the video. Those links to videos at the end that you can set up in YouTube Studio. You can set up YouTube to do it automatically. They will make a recommendation for the next video for you randomly, or you can choose the video that you want to send the viewer to using those links at the end of your video, the end screens. That's the best way to do it. If you want to keep viewers coming back to your channel, what you're talking about there is loyalty. You're talking about how to develop loyalty and becoming a real fan. And the best way you can do that, best way I can get you to be a loyal follower of me, is to serve you, is to help you, is to give you some value in some way, is to give you an emotional connection to me so that we're in this thing together and that we have sort of a communication and engagement, a relationship going on. That's how you get people to come back, is by giving them some sort of emotional connection to your content, to what you're trying to do. You want them to follow you along, be a part of your scene. You want them to be a part of your gig. So how do you keep them coming back? Well, you don't make them mad, for one thing. You don't try to manipulate them. You don't try to sell them something that they don't want or need. You look out for their best interest and not your own. When I was in real estate, we talked about having a fiduciary responsibility. In the financial terms, if you have a fiduciary responsibility, you're supposed to put the needs of your client above all else. And it's a legal precedent, a legal situation when you're dealing with money and when you're dealing with things like real estate and finances. Banks have a responsibility, a fiduciary responsibility, to look out for me and not themselves. Well, it's the same way, I think. It's the same approach we need to take. We should have a responsibility for our viewer and look out for their best interest and not our own. So, what can I do to bring you value as a viewer? What can I do to help you? And even if it's just a few people, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be thinking in terms of helping 1,000,000 people. How do I help 1,000 people? Think in terms of just one person. How can I help just one person today on my channel? What can I do for them? What questions do they have that I can maybe add some sort of, give some sort of insight into? What can I do to help them based on my experience? And then it's a two-way street. I will want to know what I can learn from you, from your experience. So that's all about getting people engaged in what we're doing and hoping they will come back. And our videos have to have some quality, and it has to have some value, quality and value. There has to be a reason that people are going to watch it and like it, come back. How do I handle negative self-comparison to other creators. Well, that's the big problem, isn't it? Or I should say, isn't it? I've got that Texas habit of saying isn't it, instead of isn't it. How do I handle negative self-comparison to other creators? That's the problem, isn't it? When we compare ourselves to other people. It's an insecurity. We are insecure. We lack the confidence in ourselves when we compare ourselves to other people. And it's really a disservice to ourselves. It's not fair. It's not fair to have to compare myself to someone else. I mean, I just have to keep in mind that I'm doing this for me. I am who I am, flaws and all, and there are going to be some people who will be more successful than me. There are going to be some people who are less successful. So, don't do it. It's really kind of selfish. It's really kind of being self-centered. It's thinking about yourself and how you compare to other people, other creators. And you see other creators succeeding and taking off and getting views and getting monetized and making all kinds of money, and you're struggling along, and I'm thinking, how can I get monetized within the next 30 days or 60 days? And if I don't get monetized, like Joe Blow over there who got monetized, what's the problem? Am I the problem? I mean, I was watching a video yesterday of a YouTuber. She's a 60-year-old woman, and she got monetized in like 6 months, which is not that bad. Monetized in 6 months. And she only uses her iPhone to shoot the videos. She uses CapCut to do the editing on her iPhone. And she's in the niche, the gardening niche. She's a gardener, a master gardener. She's got a garden in the backyard. And she has been a gardener for 30 years. And so she started a YouTube channel about gardening. And in 6 months, she's become monetized. Now, how many of you have been creating content for 6 months and have not gotten anywhere near the requirements to be monetized? And you compare yourself to her. You're thinking, well, how can she do that and not me? What is it that I'm doing wrong? Well, you're just not going to do yourself any favors by looking at it that way, by comparing yourself to other people's success or lack of success. You just have to do your own thing. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy in some ways if you compare yourself to someone else who's further down the road, and you get discouraged and you end up quitting. So you kind of have to keep asking yourself, why am I doing this? Am I willing to keep going regardless of how long? Maybe it'll take me 5 years to get monetized instead of 6 months. It may take me, I may never get monetized. What then? So you've got to keep improving. I've got to keep looking at myself. I've got to keep thinking about what I can do to improve. What can I do to improve the videos that I do, improve the content? What can I do to better service my viewers? What can I do to build an audience? What can I do? And there are certain things that are out of our control. We can only control what we can control. And we have no control over what other people do. We have no control over the success or lack of success that happens to other people. All we can control is what we do. I mean, I can't control the algorithm. I can't control the serendipity that happens. Some people. I can't control how someone can post a video and have it go viral and get 600,000 views in the first week. It's not something that I can control. All I can control is the things that I do. So stop comparing yourself to others. And it's hard, I know that. I mean, I look at other people on YouTube and I think, man, I wish I could be at that point in the journey. I wish I could have 1 million subscribers, but it's just not healthy to try to compare ourselves to other YouTubers, to other creators. It's just not. And we have to somehow look within ourselves and stop doing it. Do short videos hurt or help my main channel? Well, some people will say you need to do one or the other. Some people hate shorts. They love long form. They don't want to do a short, and they will never do a short. Others think you need to do both. The question is, will they hurt the main channel? Assuming your main channel is mostly long form videos. And from what I can tell by what I've read and what I've heard and what I've seen in terms of just reading articles and going on ChatGPT and listening to other creators, short videos will not hurt the main channel. It's just a different format. In fact, it may help. If you're a new channel, a new creator, you can get views on shorts much easier, so it may help. It may help you to have shorts along with your long form. So I don't think it hurts at all. I think it comes down to a personal choice. Is it something that you want to do? Something you want to take advantage of? Or do you want to concentrate on long form? So I don't think it hurts at all. That's my opinion, and I'm going to stick to it. Well, let's see. That's our questions for the day. What else do we want to talk about? Sort of reboot. My name is Mitch, coming to you live, semi-live from the Lamppost Coffee Shop, the Austin, Texas area. We're here every weekday, 10 a.m. talking social media, YouTube, and anything else that may come up. Well, let's see. What I want to do now for the next few seconds is look at a video, a YouTuber that I came across yesterday, which is really interesting, and I thought we would do a deep dive on this video and a deep dive on these creators. The name of the channel is, I was trying to pronounce the name, Banaskis? Van Caskies. Van Caskies is the name of the channel, looks like. Here's the thumbnail of the video we're going to look at. And well, what we want to do is take a look at the title and the thumbnail and let me know what you think. Van Life Reality. And she's sitting in a pile of junk there. And the title is Van Life Confessions. Can you really live on the road like that? Or like this? Can you really live on the road like this? Van Life Reality. Can you really live on the road like this? Van Life Confessions. What do you think? Is that a good title? What do you think of the thumbnail? It's a pretty good thumbnail. It's only got 2 words in terms of the text, which is good. You don't want to overdo the text. The picture itself is colorful. It's got some orange, and it's got some pink, and it's got some yellow, blues. So it's got some nice color to it. And it's getting across this idea that living in a van life, can be rather hectic, can be not so awesome. Can someone really live like this in the van? That's the vibe we're going for here. Well, let's take a look at the video. See what we think. Now what we want to do is look at the first 10 seconds, 15 seconds. We want to look at their intro, and we want to see how that relates. How does the intro relate to the thumbnail and the title? So I'm going to put that right up here at the top to remind us. What we want to know, does the first 10 or 15, 20 seconds of the video reinforce the thumbnail about van life being really a mess? And can a person really live like this in terms of van life? Well, let's see. We're going to go about 10 or 15 seconds in, and we'll try it.
What? That is baloney.
I am giving you all the credit for why we are here.
Well, okay, in all fairness, before we get into that, the RV park was $50. We are in desperate need of doing laundry, dumping our black cassette toilet, dumping our gray tank, filling up with water. And when we did the math this morning, it was hard to actually find places here in Little Rock to...
Is this the intro? No. Let's back up. That was about a minute in. Let's go back. It was queued up wrong. Sorry about that. Let's go to the very beginning. We want to look at their intro. Here we go. Here's the intro.
We have a confession.
Okay, she used the word confession. And you'll notice the word confession is in the title. So that's really good. You want to tie in the title into your first 10 or 15 seconds, and using a similar terminology is a good way to do it. She used the word confession right out of her mouth. And the word confession is in the title. So I'm feeling a connection here.
A huge confession to make. We are breaking our rule that we said a couple days ago. We said, phase 2, no RV parks. We're gonna see how many days we make it without No RV park? Yeah, well, we're at an RV park. We'll explain why in a minute.
Okay, we're about 40 seconds into the video, and she's not said anything about van life being sort of not all that great, or van life reality, or she's just going right into her content, and I'm not sure. I wish she would have said something along the lines of, I'm not sure my husband and I can really live like this. If she'd have said something like that, it would reinforce the title. See what I'm saying? Because the title was, can you really live like this in the van? And she made a confession, but the confession was different than, or the confession she made on the video is different than the confession she made in the title. See what I'm saying? What was the confession in the title? What was the confession in the title? Van Life Confessions. Can you really live like this in a van? That's what she was confessing. But then the confession in the video was that they're in a KOA camp. They made a promise not to stay in a KOA camp. So there's sort of a disconnect going on here. It's nothing serious, but I just want to point out that the thumbnail and title is the reason people click. And you have to, in the first 20 seconds of the video, reaffirm that title. Make sure you're going to mention that title in some way and keep it consistent.
We have arrived.
So we're still in Arkansas. We're actually in Little Rock, Arkansas at a KOA. And we're about to show you why we're at a KOA.
We're here for a reason, and I'm gonna just say that I had nothing to do with it.
What? That is baloney.
I am giving you all the credit for why we are here.
Well, okay, in all fairness, before we get into that, the RV park was $50. We are in desperate need of doing laundry, dumping our black cassette toilet, dumping our gray tank, filling up with water. And when we did the math this morning, it was hard to actually find places here in Little Rock to dump our tanks for under $20. And then we were like, well, for $20, do we have any coupons? We had a coupon for KOA. That is, Bob, a big reason of why we're here.
It's true.
We're about to show you.
Okay, she's popping in this text every once in a while to highlight some of the things she's saying, which is a good way to do it. It's a way of helping the viewer stay engaged and keep up with what's going on. So it looks like we're going to spend the day with this couple at a KOA park. And again, I point out the thumbnail. It's in general, I see what she's saying. You know, can a couple really live like this? But really the video is going to be about their day at this KOA camp. And she says nothing about KOA camp in the title or the thumbnail. So there's sort of I don't know, it's not a real clear connection. I think they could have done better. Well, let's move ahead here. We don't want to spend, it's about a 30-minute long video. So we are not going to watch the whole thing. We're just going to skip through, take a look.
While we were driving, the coffee machine fell over. We have dishes to do. This is just the dark side of RV life. So if you're thinking of going semi full-time or van life-ish, as we call it, watch this video, because this is the dark side, this is the truth. It's not all butterflies and rainbows all the time.
We gotta kind of button things up and, ooh. You set that camera up, we got some work to do.
We just posted a video like 3 hours ago and we're almost at 1,000 likes.
Uh-oh.
I didn't think we were pulling a lemon this video. We might be pulling a lemon.
Yeah.
For those new here, this is the lemon box. And we have to pull a lemon every time you guys bless us with 1,000 likes, 1,000 comments, or 1,000 subscribers. So that might be happening in this video. We are on a journey to see all 50 states.
Before we're 50.
Before we're 50 or in a year. We're not for sure how that's gonna work.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, so we have an idea of their journey, which is good. I wish they would say this up front for new viewers. If you're a new viewer, it would have been good to have this within the first, 10 or 15 seconds. It would be real easy to include that in the first part of the video, so that if you're a new viewer, they could even come out and say it. Listen, if this is the first time you're with us, we're on the road and we're going to try to visit all 50 states before we turn 50. That's all they would have to say at the very beginning. And that would be a better hook to keep people engaged at the very beginning. But we're 4 minutes into the video before they mention this. So I would have mentioned it earlier, or in case new viewers come along. Well, what we want to do is we've looked at the thumbnail, we've looked at the title, we've looked at the intro. Now let's get a sense of their screen presence. So far, I like them very much. I think they're very comfortable on camera. She's got a great personality. He's good. I think they've had enough experience. I think they've got 40,000 subscribers, so they've been doing this for a while. They are obviously not new at it, so let's take a look at their overall screen presence, see what we think.
Yeah, so this is state number 6 that we're in. Time to get cleaning. We got cleaning to do.
I think the best thing to do is for me to take one of these and go sit out on the patio and let Hillary have all the room she needs.
You just did not say that.
Okay, we've got us a musical montage, which you see a lot. You see that a lot of times in a video, especially one like this, like a travelogue. It's a good way of speeding up the action, and it's adding some variety to the video format.
Okay, so this is because I brought summer clothes and winter clothes because we're starting off in hot weather and going to cold weather. My cupboards are just full to the max. So I thought, why don't I put like the winter stuff in here for now and put it in our garage under our bed and switch out as I need it so that my cupboards aren't so stuffed full and I don't have to pull them all down to find one thing. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And of course we stayed on brand. So, but here's the deal. Some of this needs to be washed. Wash. Like this. This is a big poofy vest. I love it. I need it. I don't need it right now. This is our dirty laundry. Some of it.
Quick break from cleaning the van here in Little Rock, Arkansas, because we need to talk about one of the best changes that we've made in our van lately. We have been sleeping on RV Mattress by Brooklyn Bedding for a while now.
Time for an ad.
We recently upgraded to the Dream Foam Essential RV King 6-inch mattress. The setup process was
good for them. Looks like they've got a sponsor. That's great. It's always good to have a sponsor. Looks like a mattress. That's good to know. So when I buy my RV, I'll know where I can get myself a mattress. So that's good.
so dangerous.
Now he's putting it back on
here
top.
with one hand. So last night I was playing video games with my son, which was super fun. But I ended up taking the Starlink off because I needed a better like signal, and it wasn't aligned correctly. So now I'm just putting it back on, and hopefully fits just right back where it's supposed to.
All right. Well, let's move ahead a little bit. See what else is going on here. Now, have you forgotten the thumbnail and the title? What's the title of this video? We're 20 minutes into the video, and it's talking about van life reality. Can a person really live like this? I don't see much affirmation of the title and thumbnail. I don't see that theme being reinforced. I just see a couple at a KOA. They're really not complaining. Doesn't seem like they're confessing about
Rock KOA. I just walked back to the van and it was locked. So I'm thinking Bob must be at laundry. Is he? 'Cause I don't know where else he would be. No, he's not in laundry. Oh shoot. Bob is missing.
okay.
Or the Porto pack. So I'm curious, what do you guys think? Which one's better?
Portal pack. All right, let's see.
Wait and enjoy this nice day.
I promise we're gonna do fun things in this video. I'm not talking.
They're 30 minutes into, 20 minutes? Like 20 minutes into the video, 25 minutes into the video, and she's promising we're going to have fun.
I'm talking to you, I'm talking to them. We are going to a bridge today in Little Rock. I forget what it's called, Junction Bridge, I think. There's all kinds of fun things to do around there. So don't worry, you're gonna get to see some of Little Rock today. But while Bob is filling the water, I'm actually going to take you backwards in time because we hiked, I believe it was yesterday, Pinnacle Summit right outside Little Rock. It was amazing, it was worth it, and it was terribly hard. I would call it bouldering, if I'm being honest. I don't even know if I would call it a hike. Literally, straight up a mountain. And if you've done it, let us know.
Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting tired. We've gone through a lot of their day at the KOA, and now we're going to watch a scene of them hiking. They're packing a lot into this video.
That, can you see?
It's the Pinnacle.
It's the Pinnacle.
That's wearing me out. Oh, let's see what the Pinnacle looks like. I'm just getting so tired. We're 25 minutes in.
All of our chores done.
Yeah, we did.
I'm actually pretty impressed because let's go over them all.
This will make Bob feel better.
I know, because I'm like, did we forget anything? So we emptied the grade tank, emptied the cassette twice. We filled the water tank. We washed the sheets. We did 5 loads of laundry.
I don't have that much laundry, but that's including sheets and stuff.
Yeah, and towels and what have you.
Yeah.
Got everything reorganized, all of our clothes underneath the bed, the garage, you know. I feel pretty good. Oh, and our electronics. I spent some time reorganizing the electronics. I was frustrated with the state of things prior. So we're good.
Yeah, I'm getting bored. Now we're going to go to Little Rock and cross this bridge. Man, I am wore out.
I did not bring an actual coat.
Good.
Speeding forward.
No. Cool highlighters.
I know. Oops.
Arkansas.
Done.
On to
Tennessee.
Okay.
Tennessee.
So
I feel bad because a lot of people have reached out to us to let us boondock, but the sad part is is I don't know where to go relook for all of that. Like I see it when it comes through, and I don't know if it's on our exact path.
Well, that's part of the problem. It's timing, we change our minds, you know, it's not quite as easy to...
No.
Okay. I'm tired. I mean, that is a lot. That is a lot to put into a video. I mean, think about everything. They spent the whole day at the KOA. We watched them do laundry. We watched them eat dinner. We watched them clean out the van. We watched them hike up a mountain. We watched them cross a bridge. I mean, they packed a lot of stuff into a 30-minute video, and it about wore me out. I think the problem is with their content is they've got so much going on, and they've packed so much into a 30-minute video that it's wearing out the viewer. I know it's wearing me out. They could have done, this is like 3 videos worth of content in one video. I mean, if I were them, I would have chopped this thing into thirds and made a separate 8 or 10 minute video on each of those portions. I mean, they could have made a video about the day at the KOA. They could have made a video about the hike. They could have made a video about going to Little Rock and looking at the bridge. I mean, for goodness sake, they could have made a video about doing their laundry. And it might have been more entertaining. So in terms of their thumbnail title and intro, they could have done a better. I like the thumbnail and the title, but the intro and the content really didn't back it up enough. Didn't reaffirm it enough. Screen presence is great. Given that they're a very nice couple, come across well. Give them an A+ on screen presence. But the content, I've got to tell you, it just wore me out. And I would have turned this thing off probably. I mean, you're 14 minutes into the video, and I started getting a little bit tired. And it's not so much boring, it's just that there's just too much packed into the video, too much going on. So the content, I really didn't, was not a big thrill of. I think they did themselves a disservice by not breaking this thing up. I mean, they could have had 3 videos here instead of just one. Packing this stuff in. Way too much. It's just way too much stuff in a video. And they always say that storytelling is key, will always be a winner anytime you can tell a story. So I also think about how a story could have been told in this video. Could they have come up with some sort of a narrative, some sort of a story? It would have been much easier to do if they would have broken up the content into parts instead of cramming all of this in. Basically, they showed us every step of the way. They went through a day at the KOA, and they went on a hike, and they went to Little Rock. They crammed all of that stuff in. It's just too much. Well, how we doing on time? Ooh, we've been at this well over an hour. I might need to wrap this thing up. What do you think? If you're in comments, let me know. Drop into comments. If you're watching this video a year from now, that's all right. Go ahead and leave a comment, because I will be notified that you made a comment, and I will try to respond. I try to respond to all the comments on my videos. It's a way that we can stay engaged with our audience. We want to develop relationships. We want to build a community, and we want to help our viewers out and let our viewers help us out. And the only way we can do that is by communicating. So drop into chat or jump into comments and let me know how things are going. We're going to have to wrap this thing up. Time is getting away from us. So I think we will probably stop there, call it a day. I do want to thank you for dropping in and being a part of what we've got going on today. And I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. It'll be a Friday, so we'll be looking forward to the weekend. I hope we had some value for you today, and let us know. And until tomorrow, I will see you later. And so for today, I am out.
Thanks for watching. See you again soon.
And wavy boy,